Good day, I am Rona G.V. Lion, and my research title is about gender and politeness strategies in Facebook Messenger conversation. So, this research is intended to investigate the type of gender and politeness strategies employed by the students of Bachelor of Arts in English Language Studies in their Facebook Messenger conversation. Both male and female will imply their communication in the Facebook Messenger conversation. As we go further in this research, it intends to investigate the types of gender and politeness strategies. So, here are the three questions to solve the problem. Number 1. What are the types of politeness strategies do BIOS 3A students employ when conversing on Facebook? Number 2. How do the types of politeness strategies differ in terms of gender? Number 3. What factors influence the selection of politeness strategies for each gender? So, these three questions will help this qualitative study to investigate and to know more further about the current study. In review of literature and studies, politeness strategies are used to formulate messages such that the optimistic face of the audience can be spared while facial behaviors are inevitable or needed. So, Brown and Levinson defined four major forms of politics: disowned to be recorded, negative political, optimistic, and off-record. Bald on record technique is not meant to mitigate the danger to the skin of the audience, but there are ways in which bald on record politeness can be used to attempt to minimize overt face-threatening actions. These studies believe that speakers are use different strategies to achieve their goals when talking to different people, and in a way that does not create tension among the participants. So the audience of this study, future researchers, may be a self of references to the specific function of Facebook Messenger as the form of communication. This study implies another set to focus on the use of politeness strategies of both male and female students interacting with their teacher. So they will focus the sociological factors that influence the use of politeness strategies, and they will be concentrating the language that they will use. So the audience of this study will be applied to the BIOS 3A student, and they will ask the information to the instructor in research method class. So they will try to know the five strategies of politeness theory, and it is also very important to clarify and understand the relation between both male and female of BIOS student and their teacher in Facebook Messenger conversation. So the purpose of this study is we are trying to investigate the types of gender and politeness strategies employed by the students of Bachelor of Arts in English Language Studies 3A in their Facebook conversation. The theoretical background of the study is that the argument of gender and politeness strategies employed to be different of politeness pattern to the help of Facebook Messenger. So there is a possibility that the multinational elite will cultivate their own brand of politeness, and that using this code will grant access to influence and reputation. So around the same time, this establishes social boundaries and isolation by those removed from entry. And my findings lead me to the belief that the relational interaction between teacher and student is permanent. So in the sense that it does not change based on the particular issue or form of information that is actually taking place. So politeness is also defined using communicative strategies to create and maintain social harmony. So this can be done being contextually appropriate, following social and cultural norms. So politeness strategies can be also done by the following Brown's and Levenson's theory, and according to them, phase hierarchy are there are four types of phase hierarchy: the on record, off record, the positive politeness, and the negative politeness. Off record, in this strategy, the speakers in this approach use indirect words to convey their messages. Around the same time, by not putting authority on the speaker will help to diminish or eliminate the possibility of sacrificing his or her own or the speaker's confident face. But the negative politeness, it is normally applied when there is a big social distance among the communicators to emphasize avoidance of imposition. And in the positive politeness, it seeks to minimize the threat to the hearer's positive face and to make the hearer feel good. And it is commonly used in the situation that where the audience know each other and their effort will reduce and to avoid conflict, to remain their solidarity and compliments to the speaker. In research methodology, the research designed will adopt the types of politeness strategies differ to each gender and will assess the pattern to refer to as Facebook Messenger conversation, which will gather and analyze and interpret non-numerical data. So, in order to achieve the goal, explanatory descriptive approach is used to appraise carefully the worthiness of the analysis of previously listed question in the chapter. And the corpus of the study, so we will base the corpus of 100 Facebook Messenger conversation, and it will be sent by the male and female of bio students of Central Mindanao University to their professor. So the instrument that we will be used in this study is to observe the conversation of both male and female of BIOS 3A, and one of the students or all students are willingly provide their own gadgets for the observation. So in research locally and respondents, the study will be conducted at Central Mindanao University. A total of 25 students of Bachelor of Arts in English Language Studies 3A will be the respondents of the said study, the Gender and Politeness Strategies among Facebook Messenger Conversation. So, the specific questions will be the research questions, or so it will be investigate, or the data will be done for interview, survey, and any other instrument that we will be gather to access or to get the necessary data. So here are the 3 specific questions. What are the types of politeness strategies do BIOS 3A students employ when conversing on Facebook? Number 2. How do the types of politeness strategies differ in terms of gender? And number 3. What factors influence the selection of politeness strategies for each gender? So, the first question we will going to have the strategies of inquiry, the interview, and the research procedure will be this data will be done using qualitative procedures since the researcher could freely access the group chat. So number 2, we are going to use the strategies of inquiry surveying. So a survey instrument will be done to get the necessary data. And number 3 will be going to strategies of inquiry to will be the interview. So this procedure will be focusing on online interview via Google Meet to help respondents access the corresponding data.